Hello, my name is Maria. I am a mom. I am a counselor. I'm a professor. I have been a doula and a lactation educator. I have worn many hats all at the same time. Most intensely, I have been someone who loves words and someone who loves to talk. At the same time, I've been the person who couldn't find words for things because they didn't exist. 30 years ago, when I was a teenager, there weren't words for the things we're talking about now. Today, I decided it was time to have some words. I've done a lot of lives, I've done a lot of classes, I've done a lot of talking to individuals, and I've decided to make it alive. Somebody is listening, and someone is ready to make new words. In the last week, something incredible has happened to me, and that's getting to listen to a very small community of people, female presenting, old, young, nicknames, avatars from all over the place who are talking about when language harms someone. It's in a specific community, but one small content creator has brought together thousands of people, dozens of members, hundreds of chatters, and thousands of subscribers to talk about how language really matters. I have spent 30 years looking for this language, and now I look up and there it is. And I'm in a position now, as an old lady, I've been listening to other people's stories for so long. I've also been listening to gaslighting, abuse, bullying, narcissistic thinking. I have been listening to good people put themselves down because they're worried about making a mistake, and bad people not worried about making a mistake. While I talk to students all day and I talk to clients all day, and I choose to do most of that privately, I have chosen to speak up as me, just me. Hi, my name's Maria, and I live chronic illness. I have had chronic pain every day of my life. Social gaslighting, medical bullying was so common, so normal, that I accepted it for nearly 20 years as a doula. I am glad that I have stood on the shoulders of giants. I'm really glad to be parenting for incredible people who have more words than I do. I realized in the last little while that there was this moment, this change, where people are starting to take back the words. But more importantly, I'm old enough, strong enough, and loud enough to protect those who can't speak yet. So I want to tell you a little bit about my story, and that the pieces of the puzzle started to fall together only with my own research, my own information, my own reading, my own knowledge, way too many university degrees. Someone listened and helped me not gaslight myself anymore. That's why I've chosen to speak. I didn't want to be public on the internet for a long time because I was very shut down. I survived traumatic incidences several years ago. I survived the loss of most of my community. I survived the loss of my mental health because I was hiding my physical health. And I believe that there are thousands of people out there who are struggling because they don't have all the pieces of their puzzle. Hi, I'm Maria, and I'm a mental health provider. I don't do psychotherapy. I'm not a medical provider. I just choose to share the language of CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, linguistic therapy. The idea of understanding what your brain is telling you can help you understand what you really think and feel and believe underneath. I'm here just to give information because it was information that helped me self-identify my neurotype, my orientations, my gender expression, my chronic illnesses, my PTSD. And it helped me identify all the people out there who don't have all the pieces of the puzzle, who just have one little bit that comes up as a struggle with feeding their baby or a struggle with their partner and the language they both use, a struggle with their inner child, their previous trauma, a struggle with a narcissistic thinker in their world, a struggle with abuse, or sometimes with how we start to abuse ourselves. But I believe very firmly that even the bad things we do, the negative habits we have, and the coping strategies we build are because we had to protect ourselves. They were brilliant ideas. Bad coping strategies, anxiety, PTSD, even addiction are good coping strategies until they're not. But the idea that the brain is seeking coping, that it is seeking help, that it is seeking love, that it is seeking a place to hide, that it is seeking being split into two, that means it wants love. It wants healing. It wants connection. So I'm going to get up here and use new words until somebody else is listening. And hopefully someone does not have to wait 30 years to find out more about themselves. If I can short circuit that language, our partners, our male presenting people, our dates, do negative things, have negative language. And that's really happening. But there's a piece I don't see being talked about very often. And that is how women and female presenting and those who grew up assigned female learn to talk to each other, and how doctors and teachers and sometimes parents learned how to talk at us. So welcome to my channel. I'll be talking about Ehlers-Danlos syndromes. I'll be talking about POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndromes. I'll be talking about MCAS, or mast cell activation syndromes. I'll be talking about ADHD, autism, queerness, trans teenagers. I will be talking about PTSD. I will be talking about abuse. I will be talking about things that require a lot of trigger warning. And that's okay, because I'm also going to talk in a way that makes it safe. And I'm also going to take care of myself and show others how I've taken care and gotten here. And I'm going to listen to the people who know how to do better than me. And I'm going to walk a little while in kindness and in love. I believe very firmly that when we find new language, we find new humanity. And as I learn to walk besides the new things that will keep coming with the genetics I agree with, I'm going to remember that having all of this chronic pain isn't as bad as being mean. It isn't as bad as being hurt and not knowing how to talk. It's not as bad as being alone. So I'll be here until somebody else isn't alone anymore.